Hey, so I thought all three articles are really interesting, but I like the one over Daedric a little more, where it kind of showed the how, the why, and like how it affected his life. So I'm not a fan of fraudulent research or like untrue research where people like skew the results or they only show one part of the results just to prove their hypothesis, right? It really sucks to see that happen. And um, even though there might be an agenda behind it, which I thought was really cool to see in the Daedric Staple article from the New York Times or magazine article. Yeah, I thought it was really cool to see that because there's not. I never, I've never seen the perspective of the person, skewing their research. I've never seen that before. I never seen like their how, their why, and how like affected their life because, and even with WarSync, right? How maybe it really was because he pushed those four research articles back to back to back so soon that they're going to be sloppy, but or he skewed the results to look better for him because no one likes a study where the results don't support their hypothesis. It's just boring, right? So I get it. I get their motive. I do understand why they would do it, but it's still wrong, right? It's still wrong to skew the research in their way just to give off the fact that they want, just to prove their hypothesis. Even if it's for fame, even if it's for I don't know, money, even if it's for their job, right? That's part of the integrity that comes with, you know, doing research is that you need to accept bad results. That's just part of it. I feel like that's just part of the fact of doing any kind of research that you might go through all this effort, spend all this money, um, just to get nothing. So it still makes you think, or makes me think about like how can you trust any research that you read? Like, how can you trust any article or any study? It's hard to. Like, I feel like it's hard to after you see stuff like this because after you see stuff that Warsink did and Datarate did, they did it for so long and so recent. In 2000, he didn't get caught until 2010 or 11 or something like that, right? It was pretty fairly recent. So I don't know. It just makes me wonder, like, how to believe what I read. You know, that everything you read might be untrue, might not be true, right? I mean, it's different if you read like a meta-analysis of 100 studies that all say the same thing about, one thing. But as far as one study, especially from someone you don't know or something you never heard of before, it makes me scared to believe anything I read. As far as like my perspective of my own work, that hasn't really changed, but it definitely makes me more wary about research I read, right? Now, the research topic we chose, right? I decided to do nutrition with nutrition in sports because that's just closer to home for me. That is something I'm super interested in already. So I would be very encouraged and I'd be very enthused to do that because um, that's been big part of my life for the past 5 years as being a competitive athlete. And, I coach um, people one on one and in groups. And it's something that I like very much. I like coaching higher level athletes and professional athletes. I think it's really fun. I've only had a few experiences and I enjoy it. So this is something that would benefit me a lot and that I am already interested in. Even though it's super broad, um, I'm super excited to actually kind of dig into that. And that's it. Thanks.